Evening, we've got a special double header for you tonight as we reflect on the final two games of the Sky Bet Football League season. For Leagues 1 and 2, the curtain was ready to come down, but only after its customary dramatic finale at Wembley. And what a treat we have in store as we feature Saturday's League 1 playoff final between Leyton Orient and Rotherham. After being the front-runners for automatic promotion for much of the season, Orient would need to do it the hard way. In the semis, the O's overcame Peterborough, Moses Adebayo scoring a priceless equaliser in the first leg at London Road, before goals from Dean Cox and Chris Dagnall secured a big day out for Russell Slade's side after a 2-1 win at the Matchroom. Their opponents, Rotherham, meanwhile, drew their first leg against Preston at Deepdale. Alex Ravel gave the Millers a first-half lead, but the game will be remembered for Joe Garner's wonder strike to level the tie. The Millers came from behind to beat Simon Grayson's side 3-1 in the return leg at the New York Stadium. Kieran Agar dealing the final blow, his goal sealing the win and keeping Steve Evans' side on track for back-to-back promotions. Later in the show, we've extended highlights of today's League 2 final between Burton Albion and Fleetwood Town, who are chasing a 6th promotion in 10 seasons. Fleetwood took the slenderest of leads in their first leg tie at York City, thanks to Matty Blair's crucial strike against his former side. The return leg at Highbury, a tense, nervous affair ending in a stalemate, ensuring a first-ever visit to Wembley for the Cod Army. Their opponents at Wembley today, Burton Albion, were looking to make it second time lucky after the Brewers fell just short of the playoff final this time last year. Adam McGurk was the hero this time round, his goal in the first leg giving them a crucial advantage over Southend at Roots Hall. In the return leg, Marcus Holness gave Burton a 2-goal cushion on aggregate, but Southend would hit back with 2 goals to even the tie. But it was that man, McGurk again, who would grab the equaliser on the night to seal their passage to Wembley. Well, we start with yesterday's match between Leyton Orient and Rotherham, and what a match in prospect at Wembley. Orient bidding for promotion to the second tier for the first time in 32 years against Steve Evans' Rotherham, who went in search of back-to-back promotions. Martin Fisher describes the action.
Leyton Orient and Rotherham United, two clubs separated only by goal difference in the final table of the season. For the victors, a place in the Championship. There will be tears of joy for some of these players, tears of pain for others. The emotion will be raw from opposite ends of the scale and opposite ends of the ground. And let's take a check on the two teams for you. Leyton Orient named the same side that got the better of Peterborough United at Brisbane Road in the second leg of their semi-final. Number 4, Romain Vancelot, is the only player with happy memories of the playoffs. Strikers Mooney and Lisby have scored 39 goals between them, but Cox and Adebayo have also hit double figures. Like Leyton Orient, Rotherham United stick to the lineup that got them past Preston North End in their semi. Manager Steve Evans goes with a 4-4-2. Number 9, Alex Ravel, is a Leyton Orient old boy. Will he come back to haunt his former employers? So for the 4th season in a row, 3rd meets 4th in the League 1 playoff final. The last 3 have been won by the team who finished the campaign in 4th place. So that points to a Rotherham triumph today. Only goal difference divided them after 46 games, so it should be tight. So we should get a few goals along the way to get this crowd of near 50,000 off their seats throughout the day. Get out as far as Scars. A clumsy challenge by Clark. And more than a few Rotherham players stop playing. It's clumsy from the experienced Leyton Orient captain. Tavernier shots and fumbled somewhat by Jones, but able to prevent the corner. Cox. Lisby takes a tumble, impeded by Morgan. And a free kick for Leyton Orient in a dangerous area. Dean Cox, who has been such a significant figure in their season, to whip this ball in. Still the damage not away. Lisby got his head to it. Safely gathered by Adam Collin. by Clark. Gathered by Cox. His touch was heavy, but for a moment it looked as though Lisby might be on his way. Brought down by Morgan. Cox over the set piece. Boundary up from the back. It's too strong for him. It'll drop here for Adebayo! What a goal! What a strike by Moses Adebayo. A goal fit to grace Wembley Stadium if ever there was one. It's a scorcher from 20-year-old Moses Adebayo. His 12th of the season. Pringle goes deep. Jones elects to punch. Still work to be done. But it's comfortable in the end for the goalkeeper. Thomas with the header. The last played in the second tier of English football in 1982, Leyton Orient. But some of their number will be dreaming of a return as Mooney goes looking for goal number 2. It might drop for Adebayo. It's a great ball in, and it's a tap-in for Cox. 2-0 Leyton Orient. They're a bit closer now. Adebayo with a lovely ball across. Could have gone for goal here. The angle wasn't the best, but instead pulled it back for Cox, who could not miss. Brilliant awareness from Adebayo. Rotherham just lost their way for a few moments, but this is Pringle. That's ambitious! And only just over the crossbar. Well, it was worth a dig, this, from Ben Pringle. Adebayo has somehow squeezed it through for Cox. As referee David Coop blows for half-time. Rotherham United have it all to do. The free kick has gone Rotherham's way. It was who crashed to the deck. Boundary, the picture of innocence. It was clearing the crossbar. It was a decent effort. It fails to trouble the goalkeeper. Tavernier. Blocked. Trying to be blocked by Cox, but he's past him. And past Omazusi too. Into the path of Frecklington. Can he use it wisely? He's nudged it onto Agarden. Eventually, free kick has been given. One or two challenges there that could have been interpreted as fouls. It is Pringle. And it's the same outcome. Top of the net rather than the back of it. Brindley's first involvement. Clear foul by Clark, who was leaning all over Ravel. How many more opportunities will Rotherham be given by Leyton Orient to find a way back into this game? This is too far out, of course, for a shot at goal, but doesn't mean it won't bring a goal. 5 in grey looking to attack it. Tavernier's delivery is good one, and it's going to bring a goal back for Ravel. 10 minutes into the second half, and Rotherham are right back in the game. And it's the former Leyton Orient striker, Alex Ravel, to stab it into an unguarded net. Belief in the Rotherham end, belief amongst the players. Leyton Orient 2, Rotherham United 1, and here's the reaction of the manager, Steve Evans. Just what he wanted. Get me a goal back before the hour mark. Run by Arneson. Lisby. Squeezing it through for Adebayo. Brushed off it by Pringle. Robbed away by Clark. Gobbled up by Ravel. Good effort from Ravel! What a goal! What a goal by Alex Ravel! Leyton Orient scored twice in 5 minutes in the first half. Alex Ravel and Rotherham have done exactly the same. And we're all square at Wembley. Well, how many times is it that a former player comes back to haunt you on the big day? And he scored 2 goals early in this second half now to completely turn this game around. It's a fabulous goal. It's another horror moment for Jamie Jones. Great celebrations for Steve Evans. Trousers just about staying on. 2-2 in a final that always promised goals. And we are heading for an extra 30 minutes here after a rip-roaring comeback from Rotherham United. So off we go again. And the first half of extra time begins with the teams kicking the same way as they did in the second half of normal time. 2-2. Ravel has done the damage for Rotherham today. Still on a hat-trick, remember. He's got the flick on, and it's a brilliant save from Jamie Jones. That was magnificent. If he was at fault for either of the Rotherham goals earlier today, well, he's just made up for some of it there. It's Dagnall. Mooney, the only player in red ahead of him. Look at the break to the left by Vansalo. Instead, it's Dagnall. Goalkeeper spilt it. Tavernier has lost it. And Mooney can come again. Mooney, great effort. Just over the bar. What excitement at either end. I wonder how much longer Rotherham will leave it before they have to take off Alex Ravel. He's an absolute passenger at the moment. He'll be desperate to carry on, but he can't walk. Now that's it. Steve Evans has seen enough. So Alex Ravel, whose brilliant brace have given Rotherham every chance of booking their dream ticket into the Championship, has to exit stage right. Supporters trying to do their bit just to lift the spirits and raise the energy levels of their players. Pringle has to grow to clear. It's James with a shot. Dagnall helped it goalwards, but it was blocked again. Back in by James. Desperate defending by Rotherham. Cleared in a tired fashion by Arneson. But Rotherham looking to launch the counter now. It's Smallwood. Forwards towards Agard. Cuthbert driving away from the penalty area. He's picked up Tavernier. With plenty back now, and it's Omazusi who launches it into touch. He can't watch anymore. I'm not surprised. 30 minutes of extra time. This one will go to penalties. Now it's all about who accepts the responsibility of hitting the back of the net from 12 yards. So now it's time for those who fancy it to step forward. Yes, Gaffer, I'll take one. Eyes closed, prayers being said. It is still anybody's. So, are you ready? First player forward for Rotherham United. Their top scorer this season, Kieran Agard. 26 goals throughout the campaign. Can he put Rotherham in front in the shootout? Yes, he can. Lloyd James scored 3 penalties during the regular season. And scores this one too. Emphatically put away by Lloyd James. Lee Frecklington next up for Rotherham. Could barely walk at the end of extra time. Oh, he's found the bottom corner, and it's well saved by Jamie Jones. Lundstrom for Leyton Orient. Brilliant. Leyton Orient in front. Ben Pringle makes it look easy. Rotherham back in it. Up steps the captain, Nathan Clark. To restore the lead. 3-2 Leyton Orient. James Tavernier. If he misses this, Leyton Orient are nearly there. Brilliant. Such a confident kick. Matthew Bowdry, he's had a terrific game. But he's missed from the spot. Adam Collin does his bit for Rotherham. And we're all square again. Richard Smallwood, another loanee at Rotherham, to put Rotherham in front, which he does. Steve Evans, one save penalty away from the championship. Suddenly, all the pressure on Chris Dagnall. Again, Adam Collin off his goal line just to psych out the penalty taker. Dagnall's not catching his eye. Dagnall to keep this game alive. Saved by Adam Collin. Rotherham have won it with 2 penalty saves from Adam Collin. Leyton Orient ahead during the match, ahead during the penalty shootout, but Rotherham United have come back twice to grab that championship place for themselves. What drama at Wembley Stadium, what joy for those supporters of Rotherham United, and what a chapter in the story of Steve Evans and this club from South Yorkshire. Back-to-back promotions, and it's a third miserable experience in the playoffs for Russell Slade. And Leyton Orient stay in League One. So Rotherham United make a long trip upstairs to collect that piece of silverware, but it's a journey that they will enjoy. From League Two to the Championship in 2 seasons, after an absolute thriller in the Wembley sunshine. Craig Morgan prepares to exhibit that trophy that says Rotherham United are back in the Championship after a 9-year absence.
Too early for you to take positives out of this and reflect on how proud you should be, because you've made the headlines this season.
Look, it's tough at the minute. It's probably one of the toughest moments in my managerial career, and I'm sure it's a tough moment in one or two of the players' playing careers. So, you know, we need probably that period of time just to sit back and reflect before we go again, and that's what we got to do. We've got to go again.
Run away, a part of it.
I didn't want to stop you there. What an unbelievable game, and one that shows the resilience of your squad of players. 2-0 down. What did you say at half-time?
Well, I think the important thing, Clem, is we had to go in 2-0 down. We were in danger of being dead and buried at 3. And I always knew if I got them in 2 down, I could get in their hearts and their souls and their minds. And the people say, what do you do? That's what I do. And I think second half, we deserve to come level. And then to go behind again in the extra time, both teams were on their knees. I think the penalty shootout to go behind, but we've got a goalkeeper who's got a track record when it comes to Wembley. He seems to keep the ball out in the net in penalties. So there was always belief.
Let me get this absolutely straight. Now 7 penalty shootouts. You've won the lot and always saved 2 penalties.
That's right, yeah. Not a bad record, is it? Nah, but it's just the way it's gone for me. I back myself at them, and it's obviously something I'm good at. If there was ever a performance to sum up our season, I'd say that was it. 2-0 down at half-time. The game's over. They're busy celebrating at half-time.
You didn't think it was over, though, did you?
Never. We never think it's over. You know, like I say, we've proved so many times before this season, coming a goal down, 2 goals down, 3 goals down.
So you have now done successive promotions with 2 separate teams. Peterborough, obviously, and this.
Yeah, it's a magic moment. You know, I said in a previous interview, I wasn't sure if it's been done before, but even if it has, it's a magic moment for me.
Your first one was a tap-in, your second one was an absolute hurler.
Yes, to be honest with you, I'm happy with the first one because I don't get enough of them. So I keep getting told, but, you know, sometimes it's writing the stars, and, you know, this is just an unbelievable experience with an unbelievable group of players, and we deserve what we've got today. It's not about me, it's about the fact that we're getting this club, all these people coming so far to watch this game into the Championship against some of the biggest teams, and it's just a dream come true.
The dream becomes reality.
Oh, it is, it's incredible. You know, just getting to the playoffs, the playoff final, and I said if we won today, it would be the perfect day, and well, we've done it, and I'm really excited, looking forward to the future.
Huge congratulations then to Rotherham. They'll be playing Championship football next season. Neither side curbing their attacking instincts, which we've seen all season as well, Leroy. And we shouldn't really be surprised by the fight back from Rotherham, because it's been one of their hallmarks over the last few months.
Yeah, but this is in a Wembley final, and to be 2-0 down, I thought that it was almost game over. But they managed to stick in there. And again, Steve Evans, I think he inspired them at half-time with his team talk. And they did what they've done all season. I mean, the 23 points they've gained from losing positions, which is the best in League One, which shows that they never give up, they never know when they're beaten. And to do it in the Wembley final is absolutely outstanding.
We did see a couple of special goals, didn't we? The first, though, for Leyton Orient for the opener. I remember Russell Slade coming into the studio earlier in the season saying, you know, Moses Odebajo has Premier League scouts coming in to see him week in, week out, and you can see why.
Look, this is as clean a strike as you'll see. Takes a great position on the D of the 18-yard box. Great first touch, which sets it up onto his left foot, and it's a fantastic strike. It's through bodies, that's why the keeper doesn't really move, but I think even if he had seen it, he would have still ended up in the back of the net.
I think Baudry did well to get his head out of the way, didn't he?
He certainly did, and he got booked for his celebration, but I'll allow him that because it was a fantastic goal.
Yeah, that was like a couple of goals in 5-minute spell. Then came the comeback in the second half. Alex Ravel with both of them, 2 very different goals. But what about the second one?
Yeah, Alex Ravel, ex-Orient player. The second one certainly did grace Wembley. It's as good a goal as you'll see at Wembley. You know, they're defending here against Orient. They win the ball, and I think it's Pringle who sends a long ball forward. And Ravel's just off that left-hand side, comes inside, and I think he slightly miscontrols the ball, which says, and then he decides, right, I'm going to hit it. Because he's not in front of him, if it had been in front of him, he would have taken another touch. But because it's just between his feet, he hits on the volley, and Jamie Jones is left floundering, only 6 yards off his line. But I think it was the surprise element that caught him out, and it was a wonderful goal to get back on level terms.
I know the emotions will still be quite raw for Leyton Orient. I mean, they've defied the critics for best part of the season to finish third to begin with. But did the game in some respects encapsulate their season in that they started off at a blistering pace and then almost ran out of steam right at the end? Yeah,
I suppose you could say it did mirror their season. You know, they were top of the league from August to November, and it's ended with Chris Dagnall, who was a hero in the semi-final, just missing this penalty, and you can't blame him from that. I think you have to give him credit for stepping up, but no, it wasn't the greatest penalty, and that's something that's going to live in his memory for a long, long time. But it's not a memory that Orient should have of their season. It's been a wonderful season. They've played fast, attacking, flying football, and they've been a real credit, and it's just a real shame that they've fallen at the last hurdle.
And interesting to hear that Russell Slade faces a tough summer to pick up the players now after one of the toughest moments in his managerial career. For Steve Evans, though, it's his 3rd promotion in 4 seasons. You know, I know he divides opinion, but you can't argue against his success rate.
You can't. I mean, look, I just looked at these pictures there. Not only did Rotherham make history by going up, but this was the level at 2-2. But I've never seen Steve move that quickly. And he'll never move that quickly again. But he does divide opinion. I don't know why, because the one thing is, he's a very good manager. and that's why he was taken to Rotherham. Yes, with money. We know they've got a good budget, but you've got to use it wisely. You've got to get players in who want to play for you, who want to work hard, and when things are difficult, he inspires good players, and that's what he did today. That's what he's done all season, and that's why Rotherham are in the Championship.
And also, with the financial backing of the chairman Tony Stewart, who we have to mention, because it only feels like yesterday they were playing in front of a dilapidated Don Valley Stadium, but they're in a new stadium. Teams won't relish going there in the Championship in the next campaign, and with a bit of financial clout, I mean, they will more than hold their own. You imagine? Absolutely.
Look, even with the financial clout, when Tony Stewart said he had a vision that the Rotherham were going to, get promoted and end up in the Championship, look, I didn't really believe it. And to see them in the Championship now, I think it shows great vision from him. To appoint Steve Evans shows fantastic foresight, and I think he deserves as much credit as anybody else at that football club.
Right, to today's League One playoff final now, with Fleetwood and Burton both